Vagrants. Not just drunks, but vagrants. They haven't any home. You see, they sleep in the gutters. They have no address. Two men walked in reeking of drink, obviously the way they were carrying on. You knew they were from the gutters. Vagrants. Now that's the rock bottom of life, isn't it? And as they sat there making these noises, they're sitting listening, they started making strange noises because they were under the influence of drink. Nudging each other. And I sat there and I looked at them and I thought, "Whoa, Satan sent you." I was righteously indignated. We try and hide behind righteous indignation, you know. But I thought, "Oh, the devil sent you to destroy this now," because he was disturbing some of the children. Even the preacher sort of looking at times. But here were these two now, messing up the whole atmosphere, destroying the liberty these poor people had, and disturbing the children with their loud noises. Well, I was really angry, believing the devil had sent them in there. Had no compassion on them. No pity on them. I didn't even say a prayer for them. I just thought, whoa, if only you can get out. Righteous indignation can make you really be angry with sinners, but you hate them. Well, what shook me was after a few minutes, they sat dead still. After a few minutes, I looked at them, tears pouring down their faces. Tears. They were under the influence of drink, pouring down their faces. Eventually, this American man says to these children, "Now you come to Jesus, those of you that know that Jesus has never come in your heart in truth." And he made an appeal, and these children came out, an enormous amount of children, because there was a lot of children. There were hundreds and hundreds of kids. They came and they knelt. He made them kneel in reverence before the God they were asking to save them from hell. What shook me was these two men stood up. The one first, and he walked down, weeping, scared. The other one followed him. They both knelt beside these little children. These vagrants from the gutters, the streets of sin. And then what really shook me was that American evangelist, child evangelist. He didn't look at them with anger. He didn't look at them with contempt or righteous indignation. He came and knelt close to them after he had spoken a bit, and his wife and others were giving out and all sorts of things. And he spoke to them. I don't know what he said, but he was speaking softly to them. They answered him. And he put his arms around them. And you know, I looked at his face. And for the first time in my life, I thought these words of someone, a preacher. That's how Jesus Christ looks at sinners. I never thought about that in my life of any preacher, any Christian. That's what Jesus looks like. I felt so rebuked. My heart just saying, "God, forgive me." They didn't pray. I listened carefully. He prayed for them, but he cried out to God with this joy and this love on his face as he lifted his hands to heaven, crying for them. Now, you might not believe this again. Well, in heaven, just come up to me, please, and you can. And I'll take you and introduce you to them. In case you doubt me. It's not long. Life's just a moment. Let's face it. You haven't got long to wait, brother. Those men never touched a drink again in their lives. Those men turned to Jesus Christ and their whole life turned. From that day, God had saved them. Vagrants under the influence of drink, kneeling with children.